G'day. I'm going to draw our little cam exercise. Now, first thing we need to do is just, if you've got your drawing open, check over here. And the eye, make sure you're millimetres. A lot of you might have that one there, 1/2 inch, so make sure it's millimetres. The precision doesn't really matter, but I'll change mine to 0.0, so if you want to do the same. Okay, so that's the most important thing. Now, if your screen doesn't look, if your screen's all horizontal and vertical, remember these ones? So yours might look like that at the start. So if you can just flick through those to get, that works for me. That's that little clapperboard. Okay, now I'll get rid of this fella. And I'm going to draw the horizontal piece first. So I'm going to draw a rectangle. And it's going to be 100,70. So if you remember down here on the bottom right hand side, it pops up there, so you should have your dimensions correct. Put that on, comes up very small, so I'll zoom in. And the material we're using is going to be 14 millimetres thick, so I'll bring that up 14. So I just type, you don't have to highlight down here, just move it and type the number and enter it. So that's what we've got there. Now I'm going to make a copy of that, so I'll select the whole thing, get my move tool, and as I move it, on a Mac, I touch the option button. On yours, if you've got a non-Mac, it's the one on the bottom left-hand side. Okay, so I'll leave those. Actually, what I'll do now, I'll get this one and make a group of it, because that's staying as it is. But this one needs to have a hole in it, this piece here. So I'm just going to orbit that around a little. Now, there's any number of ways you can get the hole. You could get the pencil and go draw the diagonals and find the middle, but then you just got more lines to delete later. I'm just going to get the pencil, hover there, midpoint, bring it across 50. We know that it's 100 long, so 50 and enter. Now I'll get my circle and on that point, bring it out, and I want a radius of 5. So that's going to be diameter 10. Now I will get rid of that line. Better zoom in. That's taking the circle. I want to get rid of that line there. And then I'll push that out. So push, pull. Now it's best to come down and touch the back edge like that. I'll show you what happens sometimes. People just sort of go, yep, pull it out there, leave it like that. And then later on, when they turn it around, they've got a big bit sticking out the bottom. That's why it's best to touch it, because that's awkward later on to fix up. So I'll do that again. Push, pull. And there's two ways you can do it. One is to do that, or you could just go and type in 14, which is the thickness of the timber. And if you have a look now, okay, the hole just goes straight through and that's fine. Now, nothing else is happening with that, so I'll make a group of that. Now, I'm not going to do too much today. I'm just going to sort of do the first 5 pieces of timber. Now, get my rectangle tool again. And for the sides, now I'm going to draw it sort of in a position like that. And if I look down here, see it's got the small number first and the big number second. So with mine, I'm going to put in 14, 70. And these sides are 150 high. So push, pull, bring up 150. Just type in the 150 and enter it there. Now, we'll just zoom in, put it in a better position. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my pencil tool, midpoint, bring it up 60 this time, then get the circle tool again. This is a little bit different from the last one, and it's going to be the same radius, so it'll be radius 5. Enter that. Now I'm going to delete that. Zoom in nice and close and get rid of that again. But this time, I'm going to select this one, and it's not a group yet, and I'm going to make a copy of it now. So I'll put one over there. That will do. Okay, I've got my 2 there. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the push-pull tool, and I'm going to push this one all the way through. Now remember, you can either touch the back or type in 14. So that's there. And for this fella, I'm going to take it in, and this time I'm just going to type 7. I only want that to go halfway through. So if I orbit those around now, so you can see right through that one, and this one only goes halfway through. Okay, so that's what I wanted. Now they are finished, so I'm going to make a group of them now, just individually. So a group of that one, and a group of that one. Some people have difficulty getting the groups too. That's why you have to orbit it around so that you can draw that box around it. Okay, but that's fine there like that. I will now go back to my starting view, which was that one. I've got my 4 pieces, so I might put those together now. Excuse me. So, just checking which one went all the way through. Okay, so it's this one that went all the way through, so I'm going to move this from that point and sit it on top of that one. So snap it onto the point. Now I'm going to have to move this one, so I'll just move it out of the way for a moment, but I want to put that point and snap it onto that corner point. And this one, move it from, I'll take it from the outside point because that's going to join with that one. There, there, that's in. Now I might even, no I won't make a group of that yet. Now I'm going to draw the piece that fits in here, which is a piece of timber 75 by 30, sorry 70 by 35. Now I'm going to measure how big that, how long it's going to be. So from there to there, so that's 72. So I'm now going to draw a rectangle. Okay, that's got the big number first, so I want to have 72 first, 72, comma, and it's going to be 70 back, 70, enter, push pull, bring it up 35, and we need a circle in the middle of that one too, so if I go to the midpoint, come across, it was 72, so it'll be 36, circle, radius 5, right, now I'll delete that, and that, push pull all the way through to the bottom, touch the edge, group that, and then put it into place. Slide that up. Alright, so now I've got my 5 pieces of timber joined up. Those holes should line up so you can see straight through there into the bottom, so that's all good. Now, seeing how I've got that to that stage now, I'm going to make a group of the whole thing. You don't really need to do this, but it just saves the individual bits coming apart later on. And if you've done something and grouped it, and you wanted to change it, what you need to do then is go back to the same thing and you go explode, and that sort of degroups, is that a word? But that pulls it apart so that you can work on them individually again. But listen, I'm going to stop there for now. After that's done, we'll work on the pieces of dowel that go through it and the handle and the cam, but I don't want to load up this video with too much. So, good luck with that. See you in a while.